About 2 weeks ago, I was on a job and my Apple Watch started notifying me that my resting heart rate was alarmingly high. It was a high stress situation, but let me rewind a bit. There was a company that wanted to do a live stream for an investor, and they needed some help with audio-visual setup because they didn't know jack shit about cameras, and they wanted someone there to help them do it and facilitate it and make sure it's cool. Initially, they wanted to have the live stream on a construction site, but there was just way too much noise, wind, and it was 28 degrees C outside, so it probably wasn't going to work. So we realized that quite late, and I had about an hour between when I got there and when the live stream was going to start. So I had to jump ship and started recording a bunch of video from the construction site. And my idea was to come in and edit that and have OBS run. It's like a streaming software where you can composite different video. So I was going to take the footage I had plus my camera to film the person that was on the live stream presenting, and then underlay some of the footage I took of the construction site. And what I had to work with was my camera and this MacBook Air. And at first I thought I was super screwed, royally fucked, because I filmed that video. I got done filming that video for 45 minutes. I filmed all that stuff, and then I wanted to start editing, and I thought, okay, pop out the SD card and just... There's no SD card reader on the MacBook Air. And I thought I was screwed till I remembered my camera can just work as a card reader. Just plug in the USB cable and it's a card reader. And that's what I did. It took me a bit of fiddling with the menu because I forgot where you need to change it from webcam mode to card reader mode. That stressed me out for a bit because I looked through the menu and it's not here. It's not. I thought this camera could do it. Is it only the other camera that I didn't record on, that I have at home or whatever, that can do this? And then I realized, no, I'm just in the wrong submenu and whatever. That cost me 5 minutes doubting of who I am and super high imposter syndrome, whatever. But it worked. So I got my footage off the camera, put it on the internal drive, and set up the live stream, started testing some audio. And you might have noticed by now I haven't had a lot of time to start cutting video together. This is the point where I was super surprised by this MacBook Air. You got the footage on the device. I'm running OBS Studio with the live stream running. And while that's happening, I'm cutting together clips of the construction site, putting a few 30 second to 1 minute sequences together, exporting that, going in OBS, setting that as a video background, transitioning over, flipping back to Final Cut Pro, and editing some more sequences so it doesn't repeat the same one all over and over again. I let that run for 3-4 minutes. While I'm doing that, I'm editing the next one. Meanwhile, my client is also seeing the other party on this MacBook. So I have it on a slit of the window. I have the participants for him. In hindsight, I should have taken a second display or something, but it wasn't planned that extensively that we're going to be doing that. So long story long, I guess. Yeah, I'm editing that, doing that the whole time. This thing chugs along, doesn't lose a beat once. It just worked. And I'm leaving here asking myself, what do people even need a beefed up MacBook Pro for these days? For media stuff? How is this so good? This is the 10-core, 10-GPU MacBook Air with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. So it's not the lowest tier, but it's just the little tick tier higher. So I have a little bit more storage, and it comes with the 10-core GPU CPU thing. What do I need a beefed up MacBook Pro for? And this thing is freaking silent. Silent. It didn't disrupt anything with the noise. Nothing. No fan. No problem. Just did it. Room was 26 degrees or something. Didn't notice it throttling. It probably throttled. Probably did now and then. Didn't notice it. What is a MacBook Air even these days? Man, this is such a fucking good value. I honestly didn't expect it to be this good. I bought this thing expecting this will be a neat machine to do my journaling with and some web browsing in bed or whatever. Take it on vacation so I have something small to work with-ish, access my stuff. Didn't expect it to be this good. Honestly, don't know what you need a MacBook Pro for these days. Like, get this and a Mac Mini Pro or whatever for your desktop. I mean, if you like having, this is so portable. Like, even if you had like the argument, get a MacBook Pro, because then you can have like your setup is there and you can take it on the road. But then the MacBook Pro is fucking heavy, man. This is such a joy to just take around, use, flip open. This is sort of this part of the appeal is how light and whatever it is, you know. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. So I'm pretty happy with my decision to go with a Mac Mini Pro for my desktop use. Even that, like, I was actually, my first plan was get the beefed up Mac Studio Ultra and run everything on that, because you really need it, and get 96 gigabytes of RAM or whatever, because you're going to need it. And what am I using these days? I'm using the Mac Mini M4 Pro with 24 gigabytes of RAM. I have once run into memory pressure where to the point where I'm going to quit one app, but usually don't notice it. There have been some effects where it could be faster, yeah, but 95% of the time, am I noticing? Probably not. So yeah, I like the decision. Just go, like, I got 2 computers for the price of about 75% of what that other one would have cost. No, even maybe 50%. Like MacBook Air and the Mac Mini. Yeah, it's about 55%, something like that. Especially with the RAM upgrade, if I would have gone for the RAM upgrade and the storage upgrade in the Mac Studio. Yeah, I think that about fits. It's weird. The value proposition of the low end is so high versus the higher end stuff. You really have to need it to warrant to buy it. That makes more sense, right? MacBook Air for the win. It's a beast. It's a beast. I don't know. It's actually using this a lot more than my desktop Mac these days sometimes. So it's just so convenient to have it, you know, flip it open, whatever, and anywhere you are in the house, if someone else needs to use the room where your computer's in, that happens a lot. My wife also has her desk next to mine, and sometimes she needs to film something, and I don't want to disturb her with my noise, and don't want to hear her do 15 takes of something or whatever she's talking about on video, because she needs to record something, and I don't want to sit still and have to try to not make noise. It's like, also, it's just easier if I can move a room, and MacBook Air helps me do it. So amazing. Love this thing. Thanks.